Namaskar. I Shamoy welcome you all to your channel Galactic Echoes. So let's start exploring the wisdom of Vedic astrology. So today we'll be talking about the Leo rising in your D9 chart. So we'll be doing the fifth episode. What is the rising in your Navamsa chart? So we'll be figuring out how being a Leo ascendant in your Navamsa chart, it lays a basic foundation in your married life and your life after post 36 years of your age. Because Navamsa is the chart which gets activated either through marriage or after the 36 years of your life. So we'll try to figure it out today, and let's start the video and let's dive in. So, being a Leo rising in your Navamsa chart, you will be transitioning from a certain fire or a certain element in your birth chart into this Leo rising. So, first and foremost thing will be that transformation in your life will be unavoidable. You will see certain splurges of certain kind of personality traits in your life. You'll be full of pride, you'll be full of egoistic mindset after marriage. Now it can happen because of so many reasons. Maybe you get married into a good family, or your career thrive after your marriage, or so many reasons can be attached to it. But basically you will see that yes, you will be so much pride stricken and you will be into this Leo kind of energy so much after your marriage. Now, because you are a Leo rising in your Navamsa chart, so it really suggests that you will be seen all over the place. Why? Because Leo sign is the basic. The ruler is the sun, and sun, it doesn't need to show its glory, right? It sets and it rises. It has a basic fixed time, and people, they work according to the patterns of cycles of sun is not working according us, we are working according the sun, right? You having the sun ruling Navamsa, it shows that you will be all over the places, you will be seen whatever you are doing. So if you get married, on a very basic level, this will suggest that you will post pictures on your Instagram so much, like you dancing with your spouse or you making reels with them. You will be showing to the world your presence and your presence in the marriage setup. Now it can also depend on the placement of your sun. If your sun is placed in the 10th house of your Navamsa chart or your birth chart, then it can also show that your career thrives after the marriage. So that is why you are seeing you are having that presence of yourself everywhere. It would depend and it would alter according to the position of sun. So yes, you will have that boldness, that charisma, that fiery energy in you after marriage. You were a Pisces ascendant in the birth chart, and now you are becoming a Leo ascendant. So yes, you were more sponge like, you were absorbing the emotions like a sponge before marriage, and now you being a Leo ascendant in your Navamsa chart, it shows that you are so much bold, you are charismatic, and the emotions, you're creative. Emotions, you can feel them, but you are not swayed by the emotions. This will be the core theme in your married life as well. You will be boldly reacting to the disputes or to anything which you won't like, or you would be boldly asking for anything if you want from your spouse. It won't be a you are not comfortable with them and barely know them. That won't be the case with you. So basically, yes, it shows that the boldness will be there, the charisma will be there, the energy infusion will be there. But yes, again, it depends on the placement of the sun. It greatly depends on that. Now, because you are so much energy oriented, you are so much infused with that energy, and you have that splurge of energy flowing inside you, you can also sometimes get into the state of exhaustion or restlessness when you are not able to achieve a desired goal. Or you can also see sometimes that you are tired because of this constant chasing of dreams, of whatever things you are chasing in your life. Basically your passion, the heat, it exhausts you at a point. This is also a major thing. Now yes, you will become an adventurous person. All the fiery element signs are the adventurous sort of a sign, right? So they want exploration, they want to get into adventure, they want creativity, and they will be having that risk taking capability in you. So now if you are a water rising in your birth chart, So you have become into that risk taking personality in your Navamsha chart. So you were earlier thinking of, no, I have to be security oriented, I have to have a very important and secured career in my life, to have a secured life. Now you are saying that, we live only once, and whatever is in today, there is no tomorrow, and we have to explore an adventure. You have to experience that adventure in today only. So this will be also the core of your theme, being a Leo rising in your D9 chart. Now if the placement of the sun, it really becomes very much strong, like extremely strong. Like you have a sun placed in the fiery element in the birth chart also, and in the D9 also, and it is also placed in the Trikon or in the 10th house of Digbali sun, or in the third house. What it can also show is that because of that, pith imbalance can happen with you. So you can be sometimes rude, you can act and speak blatantly with people without thinking that it would hurt them. So this is also, it can become a core personality with extreme good positions of sun in your chart. Now the second thing which is to be noted is, with this extreme good positions of sun, you can also get into creative side of professions, or creative professions on a different level after you getting married. So basically you are a chartered accountant before you getting married, and now after this marriage and that spouse coming into your life, you are more into painting, you are becoming an artist, you want to do this creative business or that sort of a thing. It can also be seen with good, extremely good sun placements. Now the fire of Leo is very much different from the fire of Sagittarius or from the fire of Aries. How? Because the fire of Aries is the fixed fire. It shows stubbornness. So it also shows dominating behavior and controlling. So Leo sign and you becoming Leo in your Navamsha chart, it can show that you are a controlling and dominating spouse, that you want to dominate your partner. It doesn't matter, either he is male or she's female, that doesn't matter at all. But yes, you will want to control, and you would want to have that dominating effect in your married life, that you want to be steering the wheel, and you will ask your spouse to take the back seat. This would be a major core of your personality, and it can also pose challenges then, if the person is not comfortable with this kind of behavior from your side. Now, if you have a Vargottam rising, basically you are Leo rising in your birth chart also, and you are Leo rising in your Navamsha chart also. So it shows that you are a Vargottam Lagn, right? Now, Vargottam Lagn indicates a long life, blessings, and all the prosperous materialistic blessings from the grace of Lord Vishnu. Because Leo is a fixed sign, and the fixed signs are ruled by Lord Vishnu. So, yes, Lord Vishnu will bestow all his blessings to you. But from the marriage perspective, the Vargottam rising can sometimes be very much disturbing. Why? Because D9 is the chart of it is a double entity chart. You and your spouse intermingling with each other is represented in the D9. It is not a single chart of you only. It is completely a 50-50% chart of you and your spouse. So what it shows is that if you are a Leo rising in your birth chart, and then you do not change, and you again have Leo rising in your Navamsha as well, so what it shows is that you are not changed. Now, if someone is coming to a home for a 2 or 3 nights stay, for that guest we do change our habits, right? Either at least for the 2 days or whatever the duration of their stay is, but we have to change. Now here say a whole personality, a whole person is coming into your life, and you are not changing. It is very important for the element and sign to change in the Navamsha chart. Because if you are not changing, and if you are sticking to the fire of Leo, then it can really pose serious challenges in your life, in your married life, I must say. Because a Leo's fire should not be underestimated at all, and you are not changing. So your dominating effect from the whole society is not shifted towards your spouse only. Now, in your birth chart, you wanted to dominate all the world. You had this aura of dominating people, and you were very much comfortable with it. You were sitting on the throne. Now your world is shrinked to a single person. Now you would want to control them to the greatest extent possible. That it might really pose challenges in your married life. Now, the intensity would really matter from the placement of the seventh lord in the D9, basically Saturn, and the seventh lord in your birth chart. It only has the capability of altering the results, but Saturn should also be very good placed if you have to really negate these negative effects of the sun. So this is how you will study this thing. Now, planet sitting in the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius sign, basically in trine to your rising, are the planets will be which will be empowering you to follow all the four dharms, because they are governed by the themes of Satyug. Now, what is this theme of Satyug? The theme of Satyug, basically all the yugs are differentiated on the basis of the dharma. So there are four dharma: the Vishwa dharma, duty towards global issues, towards your mother earth; Rashtra Dharma, duty towards nation; Samaj Dharma, duty towards your society; and Swadharma, which is duty towards yourself. Now, because you have a good, Dharma Trikona is activated in the trine of your Navamsa chart, so yes, it shows that you will follow all the four dharms. You will be inclined to follow all these four dharms. You will be, placed in that kind of a position that you do not have any path to walk on other than following all the four dharma in your life. So you would also work for yourself, your family. You would also work for your samaj, basically your society, your relatives, your community, your people at your workplace, your colleagues, basically wherever you the community towards your 11th house, basically wherever you form a community, wherever you form a group. Your nation also, you will be in very much interested in the nation politics. You will be very much affected by the national news. If something is going wrong in some corner of your country, you will feel bad about that thing. And Vishwadharma, which is the duty towards global issues, the dharma towards mother earth. Like, we have to keep our environment clean, we have to keep our rivers clean, we have to stop the global warming. So this will be the thing which will really affect you. Now, how it will be affecting you? Because you are so much prosperous in your life, because you have ample amount of time for thinking for all these things, apex will be, you have that intensity and you have that capacity of thinking for the mother earth. So that basically it is showing prosperous life after marriage. The sun is not taken as a malefic energy in the Navamsa chart, and sun can be taken as a neutral planet in your Navamsa chart. Now, if it is not placed in the 7th house specifically, and your 4th, 7th, and 10th house are not occupied by malefic energies, so yes, it can really give you good results. It can also uh, reduce the negative effects which are being given by the sun, but yes, you will feel the positive energy, the positivity of the sun. Ascendant lord, meaning sun, placed in the trikon, meaning 1st, 5th, or 9th house, or placed in the kendra houses, meaning 4th, 7th, and 10th, but should not consider 7th house, because sun placed in the 7th house is not very good from the marriage perspective. So you can only take 4th and 10th house. It will really amplify the results. Now, what kind of results it will be, bad or positive, that will really depend on the position of your sun in the D1 chart and also in the D9. All sort of the qualities of the Leo sign will be the basis of your marriage. Why? Because the first house of your Navamsa chart is the 7th house of your spouse. How? Because the spouse is seen from the 7th house of your Navamsa chart. So 7th house of your Navamsa chart is the spouse. So your first will become its 7th, right? So your Leo sign will be the basis of the marriage and your married life. So your royalty, regalness, pride, extravagance, these all things will constitute your married life. You cannot marry with someone who lowers your pride. This is a major thing. So you won't settle for less. This is also a major thing. You would always want to get into a relationship which gets you fame, or that kind of a thing. But yes, you want something out of that personality or out of that relationship completely. You cannot ignore this thing when you have this Leo rising in your Navamsa chart. Now, being a Leo rising in a Navamsa chart, your family after marriage will be very much organized. They'll be very much neatly organized. They can also get into business. That before they were doing something else and now they are a business family. They convert it into a business family, and they will be over analyzing things that this is not good and this is not good. We should do this and we should do that in a journal way. So yes, you will see those Mercurian traits in them. Your younger siblings, if you have any, and if your short trips, your relationship with your co-workers will be very much balanced. It will be creative also, that you are very much creatively oriented with them and you are working on a creative project. Also, you working on some creative projects with your younger siblings can also fetch you benefits also. Your home life and your homely comfort will be very much secretive. You would want to hide it. You will only post pictures on your Instagram when you are out of your home. Maybe some cases I have also seen, in some cases, that Leo risings, they haven't told people about their true addresses. This is also a thing which I have seen, because they would want to keep it secret up to the extent that they would not even reveal a single piece of correct information to the people. So this can also be seen in your case with the Leo rising in Amsterdam. And your children will be very much they will be very much wisdom oriented. They will have that kind of wisdom in themselves. They would not want to always eat chocolates. They will say that yes, we should eat spinach also because it is good for health. That sort of a people you will. Also, if you get into, I don't think you will get into any sort of affairs after extramarital affairs after getting married. But if you get in, and if your Venus is, and if your Jupiter is very badly placed, and if your Venus is very extremely well placed, so yes, you can have certain extramarital affairs. Then those affairs will also teach you something. They will be very much wisdom oriented people who you will intermingle with. So this is also a thing. Your creative projects will have, or will also have, that kind of wisdom in them. They will possess that thing. Your daily life routine will be very much organized. You would also want to organize things. You would want to deeply hard work. It will be basically made on hard work. Like maybe you only have one or two cooks in your home, or you don't have any. So after you going all the way, your work and your professional life, you're going office and you coming back, and then you are having a shower, and then you're cooking meal for your family. That is also a thing. You will be very much hardworking in your job as well, and in your daily life routine as well. Your spouse will be very much he or she will come from an unconventional background. First of all, either from a different ethnicity, from a different religious background, from a different country. There will be certain kind of a difference between you and your spouse. They will be much mature. They'll be more close towards the downtrodden section of the society. They would want to intermingle with them. They would not want to be very much pride stricken, or that sort of a thing. But they will have this inherent desire in them of getting famous through you. Now, here is the paradox actually. So, being a Leo rising in Navamsa is not a very easy thing, I must say, because you are getting married in order to get fame, or you are getting married in order to get a profit out of something. Sun is all about getting profit because he's a king. And your spouse is there in front of you, who is thinking that if I get married to you, I would fetch certain kind of a profit out of you. Now this is a paradox which is being created, right? Because Aquarius sun is also co-ruled by Rahu, and Rahu wants to become that ultimate sun, which he couldn't. So this is something which will be seen. Now, will this paradox exist or not? That will completely depend on the position of Rahu. If Rahu is satisfied in your chart, it doesn't matter. And if it is not satisfied, then it will matter a lot, and it can also form the basis of the conflict in your marriage. So that has to be analyzed by checking the position of Rahu both in the birth chart and in the D9 chart. Now, your in-laws will be very much spiritually oriented. They would want to do, mantra chanting, and they will be very much religious and pious sort of a people. They can come or live in a foreign land. They will be, they'll be staying at a distance from you. They will not be living in the same home or a same city also, wherever you are living. So this is a major theme with this Leo rising in Navamsa. Your higher learnings will be very much passionate. You would want to learn new things. You would want to compete. You would want to learn all the shlok and mantra. That sort of a personality will be seen after married life. That you would want to contest everything. That is, learn by heart sort of a thing in Hindi. So yes, you would want to do those things. Your profession will be very much stabilized. It will be very much fixed, and it will be very much materialistic sort of a setting. You can get into creative professions, but that too, it will be, that creativity. See, what is the problem is with creativity is that it is not stable. You are into a creative profession, but you are doing well one day, and it can go wrong the other day. But with you, Leo rising, it is not the case. Why? Because after you getting married, you have accumulated something at your workplace. Now, it can differ on so many things. Maybe you accumulated respect of people, which is the hoarding of respect, or you have accumulated resources at your workplace that you don't even care about if you are not doing well tomorrow. If you want to do this creatively, you will do that. Now, whatever it costs, it doesn't matter to you. So it depends, but you will see a kind of stability in your life. And the paradox is that you will be working creatively, but there will be a kind of stability also in your profession life. So that is a major thing which you will see, that people setting up a good business and then they are creatively engaged into some kind of a thing. That sort of a thing will be seen with you all Leo risings. Now, your social circle will be very much conversational. They'll be very much young, and they will be more a fraternity sort of a group setting, that you feel like siblings, and you share that kind of a sibling relationship. You are roasting each other, and you are telling jokes to each other. You have that a chatty young conversation every time you meet them. Your incoming gains will be very much mobile and kinetic, and you will also feel that splurge of calculating profit and loss in your incoming gains, especially if you're doing business. So that is the thing. Your spiritual life will be very much nurturing and caring sort of a thing. You will think feeding thousands of people on a Saturday is like spirituality. It is the core of spirituality. You would want to do this. You would want to participate in community service, NGOs. You would want to do better for the society. You would want to care and nurture the society, and you think that is what connecting me to the divine. So this is your basic personality after your married life or the 36 years of your age. Now, the two major things which we have to see is the element transition. That if you are a Leo rising in your Navamsa chart, so you cannot be any air element rising in your birth chart. Meaning, you can, if you are a Leo rising in your Navamsa chart, you cannot be Gemini rising, you cannot be Libra rising, you cannot be Aquarius rising. So all these things cannot happen with you, right? So you can transition from fire to fire, you can transition from earth to fire, or you can transition from water to fire. And experiencing this transition is very important, because if you were water and you are transitioning into fire, this show that you were emotional, you were ground to earth, and you wanted to care people, you wanted to nurture them. But now you are more passionate, you are more you have that splurge of energy in you, and you would want to chase that, and you want to participate in that cutthroat competition. Now, if you were earth, you were more fixed, you were more practical, you were more stable. Now you are not stable, because you want to you are chasing that goal blindly. You don't want to stabilize, you don't want to have practical limits to your imagination and to your goals. This is a thing which we can see. If you are transitioning from fire to fire, then it will be dependent on, if you were Sag, basically you were dual nature and now you are fixed, so your wobbly nature is now settled up. So you thinking that should I do this or not, is it good or not, is it correct or not. And now these things and these questions are, they have disappeared in your life after you getting married, and you are fixed on your goal, that whatever I'm doing is correct, whatever is the decision is the most correct one, and I will really thrive on it, and I will surely uh, act and implement it. So this is the thing which we'll see, and yes, it will really alter. If you were Aries and you are transitioning into Leo, you were more movable. So basically you had this inclination of taking suggestions from people, that maybe he's also saying correct, maybe they are also telling me correct, maybe I should inculcate this also. But now you are more fixed, you have that fixed fire, that no, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm doing is correct, and I would definitely do it no matter what happens. So this is the kind of transition which is happening. And transition, studying the transition is very important, because it will be forming the basic scenario of your married life, because your married life is activating that transition, right? So yes, it will depend on how, what kind of spouse you are getting. That is why you are transitioning into certain kind of zodiac. So this is important to look. Now the last but not the least, the other important thing is, if you are not a Vargottam rising, and if you are not a Vargottam lagna, so if you have any different, let's say Pisces or Cancer rising, so it becomes important for you to check where this Leo sign is falling in your birth chart, because that house will lay the basic foundation and will be the triggering point towards your D9, making your, Navamsa, activating it. So let's say if you are a Cancer rising in your birth chart, so you have Leo falling in the second house. So your family is someone who is pushing you towards marrying into a good family. They are the ones behind pushing you to marrying rich or a famous person. Marrying someone who can bring that pride in you or to your family, that is also a thing which can be seen. So it is very important to look where your Navamsha rising sign is falling in which house of your birth chart. It will really differentiate and alter the results you will be getting from your married life. So this is how you decode the Navamsha rising. And if you really want to know what kind of year, like if you have Leo sign falling in the 8th house of yours, you can check my playlist of D1 risings. I have attached the link in the description. You can get to know what kind of a result and what kind of situations will be activating your Navamsha chart, so from a particular birth chart rising. So this was my understanding of you having a Leo rising in your Navamsha chart, how it lays a basic foundation in your married life or your life after 36 years of your age. Now, if you like the content of this video, do not forget to like it and share it with your friends and family. And if you regularly want to see such quality content on astrology, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.